What comes to mind when you think of the Muslim world? Sand dunes, war zones, backwardness? Thanks to media stereotypes, many assume Islam is anti-science, superstitious, irrational, stuck in the past. But here's the truth. Islam never waged war on science. In fact, it built the modern scientific world. While medieval Europe burned books, Muslim scholars were preserving and advancing knowledge. There was no Islamic Inquisition, no Pope banning astronomy, no church declaring the earth flat. Why? Because Islam has no centralized religious authority that claims monopoly over truth. Instead, Allah says in Surah Al-Imran, verse 191, "Do they not reflect upon the creation of the heavens and the earth?" And in Surah Al-Ankabut, verse 20, say, "Travel through the land and observe how He began creation." This isn't just permission to study nature, it's a divine invitation. For nearly 800 years, from the 8th to the 15th century, Muslim civilizations led global science. Ibn al-Haytham developed the scientific method centuries before Europe, insisting on experimentation over blind belief. Al-Khwarizmi founded algebra and gave us the word algorithm. Ibn Sina's Canon of Medicine was Europe's main medical textbook for 500 years. Al-Biruni calculated the Earth's radius with 99% accuracy in the year 1000. These weren't accidents, they flowed from an Islamic worldview. Studying the universe isn't rebellion against God, it's worship. Because studying Allah's creations brings you closer to Allah. But then, why is much of the Muslim world struggling today? The answer isn't religion, it's geopolitics. 3 facts. 1. Colonialism didn't just steal wealth, it destroyed universities, legal systems, and scientific institutions that had flourished for centuries. For example, when the British colonized India, they dismantled its indigenous education system, shutting down thousands of local schools that taught mathematics, astronomy, and medicine, to replace them with a colonial curriculum designed to produce clerks, not thinkers. 2. Foreign intervention, coups, sanctions, proxy wars, has destabilized entire regions for generations. For example, in 1953, the US and UK orchestrated a coup to overthrow Iran's democratically elected Prime Minister, Mohammad Mossadegh, plunging the country into decades of dictatorship, revolution, and instability that continue to this day. 3. No society can innovate under bombardment. You can't build labs while under occupation. For example, Iraq once had the best education system in the Middle East, with top universities and high literacy rates. But after decades of war, sanctions, and invasion, its scientific infrastructure collapsed. How could it not? And yet, where stability returns, science rebounds. Look at Malaysia, Turkey, or the UAE. Rapid scientific growth proves the capacity was never lost. So where did the myth come from? Colonial propaganda painted Islam as backward to justify domination. Selective media shows only war, not the millions of Muslim doctors, engineers, and Nobel laureates. And critics project Christian history onto Islam, as if Muslims had a Galileo crisis, when in reality, Muslims saved Greek science while Europe forgot it. Today, as AI, nuclear weapons, and unchecked tech threaten humanity, the world needs what Islam always offered: science guided by ethics, knowledge rooted in humility, discovery in service of justice. The first word revealed to the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ wasn't believe, it was read. That command, to seek, to learn, to reflect, remains the heartbeat of Islam, and it's anything but anti-science.